I just got done wiring everything on the 68 Mustang, and I feel confident enough to say that I can wire a 60s Mustang. We got the phone recording underneath the car. The only thing I didn't connect up was the speedometer, and I have that connected right now, and I have to calibrate it. But if for some reason it breaks, I still have an option where I can plug up the hole, retain all of the gearbox, the tranny fluid, either use my phone or get a machine that tells me how fast I'm going based off of GPS. That's pretty cool because yet that's another thing. Even if it's a small thing removed from the car that won't break, won't fail at another date, doesn't have a shelf life. So if you have any questions, leave a comment, put the timestamp. I'll talk about what I did. I'll talk about how I fixed the brand new temp sensor from leaking all over the engine with sealant tape, and just basically how I got it all connected up. The next portion of this is to bundle all of these wires in a organized way, which I think is going to be a whole nother undertaking because I might unwire a bunch of things so I can get a good and perfect with insulation around the wires. If you think I can help you, or if there's something you'd like to see a little bit closer, me to stick my camera right up in there and do a little write-up, you know what? In fact, I could do a short. If you see something on, I don't know, 4 minutes 29 and you say, hey, I don't understand how that wire turns to the left, write that in the comment, and then I will make a minute long short saying, see this wire, this is why I wired it this way, and this is how I'm going to do it in the future. And moving forward, I think this is kind of a test video to see. I'm trying to promote people to be a little more interactive with saying, hey, timestamp this, how did you fix it? And I'll be doing this for the next 10 years, so don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. Just turn the engine off. There's the temp. Nice. Some notes from today, late September. Don't forget to put your tools away. In fact, we'll do that right now. We need to seal the valve cover a little bit better because it's leaking oil onto the header. And it's just smoking up the garage. It's not too safe, maybe catch fire. So we're gonna head to the house, to the barn right now, and see if we can get some sealant that we have left over up at the barn. We've got to fill the transmission up. Transmission oil. And then, you know what? We just need to take some crap out of here and get it up to the barn. just after turning the car off. It's still cold. Still cold, but you know what? Actually, we're gonna run it a little bit more just to make sure this thing is nice and hot. Just turn the car off. And let's feel it. Ooh, warm. Let's see. Yeah, warm. It's taking a while for this thing to warm up. I think we need to get this thing a little bit warmer. Sounds like it's running pretty good. Be sure to subscribe. Subscribe to watch me put all of the components back into the dash and get this interior looking good. Program the speedo, all the other gauges work. Temp, tack, oil, fuel, and that's all she wrote for today. That's the dash cavity. We've got to remove, that's the dash cavity. And we're gonna go ahead and get all this stuff out of here. We're gonna go ahead and get the dash out of here, and we're gonna take all the wires off. Let's take a good long look at what these wires are and how they're connected, because we're gonna disconnect it, disconnect all the wires. Ooh, I'm a dumb ass. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna disconnect all the wires. Ooh, shit. We're gonna disconnect the wires and we're gonna reroute them up there. That's what we're gonna do while keeping that in place. Yep, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take all the wires out of there, get them out from the foot area, and reroute them into the cavity. That's what we're gonna do. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this ground, we're gonna cut it down to length, and we're gonna put that back into the spool. We're gonna take out all the wires, route them up top so that we can put the box into place. We're gonna try and route it behind that pillar right there to the right, that pillar right there. And then if we have enough time, we're gonna install the dash cluster into the cavity. Let's see if we can't do this. All right, we're unplugging everything, and just to remind myself one more time, black goes to ADJ negative, and then red goes to SW1, white goes to SW2 for this. Here we are getting ready to install the VHX box behind the dash right there. We have all the wires separated. The only wire that's kind of difficult isn't quite long enough. Or it's just about as, yeah, just look at, that's how long it is. It's almost perfect. All these other wires are out hanging out here. I'm gonna cut them to size. We're gonna double check one more time to make sure we have all the wires, because once we seal it all up, it's gonna be kind of a bitch to get behind it and plug it in. But anyways, this is how we're gonna do this. See those bolts I just dropped on the ground? What we're gonna do is we're going to mount this behind like that. Okay, all right, cool. What I was gonna do, and now I'm not gonna do it, is I was gonna drill a hole and do that, and then, you know, drill a hole and then mount it into that, drill a hole on this side, and I was gonna mount it like that. But now instead, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put those bolts in, and I'm gonna put this plate in front of it, and then back here. Let me show you. If I can't do it on video, then I can't do it. Period. Here, I'll do it like this. I'll show you. So here we got. We got one. Yeah, let's see. Oh no. Okay. If I can't do it on video, meaning I have only one hand. Okay, so once that's inside, will be. Okay, look at that. Oh, I'm an idiot. I'm an absolute idiot. Actually, no. Okay. Okay, so now what we do, put this like this. All right. Okay, so now this is kind of, look at this. This plate secures this box behind this little pillar right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get it plugged in. I'm gonna remove the plate, get it plugged in. Now it's kind of nice that I'm able to see how this looks. So actually what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna cut these down. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cut these down to right there. And then, yep. That's how it's gonna look. All right, I decided to turn these around so that when I put the dash on, it doesn't stick out. It's pretty minimal when it comes to the back area of this dash. Now what we need to do next is all these wires that have been separated and put on the steering wheel that are designed to go on the box, we need to take them off the steering wheel and put them on the box. We're gonna take the plate off and do that. Unfortunately, we might not do that this year. Yeah, it's October and this is my last day in country, so I'm gonna pick this back up in 2 months. This is one of the reasons why I'm documenting all the wires. And I'm gonna have to go back and look at the instructions, which I'm going to leave right here. But I'm gonna go spend time with my wife. I'm gonna grab this computer. Yep, that's what happens when you're an idiot. I'm gonna grab this computer and I'm going back to the States with it.